There are names in Islamic history that are not just heard, but deeply felt. Today we tell the story of a man whose sword could change the course of destiny, a man who was once a fierce opponent of Islam, only to become the most powerful weapon of Allah. This is the story of Hazrat Khalid bin Walid radiyallahu anhu, the Lion of Banu Makhzum. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid was born in Makkah, the heart of the Arab world, a center of trade, power and tribal influence. He belonged to the prestigious Banu Makhzum tribe, famous across Arabia for their mastery of war, strategy and leadership. In times of conflict, the strongest forces of the Quraysh emerged from this very tribe. His father, Walid bin Mughira, was a wealthy and highly respected leader of the Quraysh. His word was law. However, he was also a staunch opponent of the Prophet Muhammad. Khalid's childhood was one of privilege but also of intense discipline. He wasn't raised in comfort, he was forged in steel. From a young age, he was trained in horsemanship, swordsmanship, and complex military planning. It was said that Khalid didn't just learn to fight, war ran through his veins. The architect of Uhud, before embracing Islam, Hazrat Khalid was one of its most dangerous adversaries. In the Battle of Uhud, 3 he demonstrated his brilliant tactical mind. Facing 700 Muslims, the Quraysh had a force of 3,000. Khalid noticed a small hill where the Prophet had stationed 50 archers with strict orders. Do not leave your position whether we win or lose. When the Quraysh began to retreat, the archers, thinking the battle was over, rushed down for the spoils of war. Khalid seized this split-second opportunity. He led his cavalry around the mountain and attacked the Muslims from behind. The tide turned, the Prophet was wounded, and the beloved Hazrat Hamza was martyred. Khalid won the battle, but he lost his peace of mind. He was haunted by the unwavering faith and patience of the Muslims. He began to wonder, if this were a lie, why would they sacrifice so much? The path to guidance. The Prophet, recognizing Khalid's brilliance, sent him a message. A man of your intelligence cannot remain ignorant of Islam. These words pierced Khalid's heart. In 7 Khalid, along with Amr bin As and Usman bin Talha, traveled to Medina to embrace the truth. When they arrived, the Prophet smiled, having expected them. Khalid asked, O Messenger of Allah, I have fought against Islam. Will I be forgiven? The Prophet Tajul replied, Islam wipes away all previous sins. At that moment, the greatest enemy of Islam became its greatest soldier. Saifullah, the sword of Allah. In 8 during the Battle of Mu'tah, 3,000 Muslims faced over 200,000 Romans. After the 3 appointed commanders were martyred, the banner was handed to Khalid. He fought with such ferocity that 9 swords broke in his hand. Back in Medina, the Prophet informed the people of the battle's progress and said, Then the banner was taken by one of Allah's swords, and Allah granted them victory. From that day on, Khalid bin Walid was known as Saifullah, the sword of Allah. An undefeated legacy? Hazrat Khalid bin Walid fought over 125 battles and remained undefeated throughout his life. He led the conquest of Makkah, crushed the rebellion of false prophets, the Ridda wars, and defeated the 2 greatest superpowers of the time, the Roman and Persian empires. From the Battle of Yamama to the Battle of Yarmouk, his name struck terror into the hearts of his enemies. The final farewell. In 22 in the city of Homs, Syria, the sword of Allah lay on his deathbed. His greatest desire had always been shahadat, martyrdom. He showed his companions his body, covered in scars from swords, arrows and spears. There wasn't a single inch of his skin that hadn't been wounded in the path of Allah. With tears in his eyes he said, I have fought in so many battles seeking martyrdom, yet here I am, dying in my bed like an old camel. May the eyes of cowards never sleep. A companion comforted him saying, Allah gave you the title, the sword of Allah. It was impossible for the sword of Allah to be broken by the hand of an enemy. Khalid bin Walid passed away peacefully, but his legacy is eternal. He was the man who showed the world that when faith meets courage, no power on earth can stand against it. Some men die by the sword, but Hazrat Khalid bin Walid became the sword itself.